right, big waves again for if you're a part of our Coaches Corner community. It's second big waves. Like it's okay. It'll always put a smile on your face. Go ahead. Um, Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. And here's what I'll tell you: this call is going to be 30 minutes. Um, has to be so. Um, but we're going to get a lot accomplished. So how many of you maybe you could put some fire or maybe a one if it's easier for you in the comments? If you're feeling the energy right now, whether you're experiencing it in your business yet or not, but if you can feel the energy of the company, put a one. Put a one in the comment or fire in the comments. Like the energy is absolutely setting in inside of the company. And here's what I see. Here's what I see, and I want to share this with you because this is big for your teams right now to get them involved with this energy. Is we've talked about this a lot, but I believe people are looking for hope, trust, and then a plan. Okay. Now, what's happening right now in our company is for the people that are plugged in, they're starting to find hope in this thing called Partner Code that maybe a few weeks ago or months ago or they didn't have. They're starting to feel the hope. Like, man, this thing could be something. Are we on the verge of being on the ground floor of sharing something really special? But then the more people are plugged in, I'm hearing the word trust. I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm hearing. Okay. And all this comes from is being plugged in. Trust. When you go trust, you either got it or you don't, right? When people get around you. Would you agree with that? Like you either feel like you can trust somebody or you don't. Like there's a lot of time, or you're iffy. If you're iffy, I would say you fall on the I don't trust you category. But here's what I'm hearing more and more and more. Man, this trust, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Okay. How many of you would agree with that? Sandy, would you agree with that? Okay. You remember the first time you was shown network marketing? Do you remember that? Do you remember having this look? I could only imagine Arlene. Just kidding, Arlene. But I mean, we all was. I mean, Andrea Rosser, skeptical. Will Garson, I bet you Will was like, I don't know. Well, I believe that's kind of where we've been. But the more people they're starting to feel the hope. I really think we're on the ground floor of something special. And now they're starting to trust. They're starting to go from here to now leaning in. It's a special time when that happens. Because then if we create a plan behind it, like what's our plan? What are we telling somebody? What are we showing somebody that comes on board with us? What's our plan? So I think that's what's going on right now. Okay. So here's where I want you to think about today. And this is where the plan is really your focus. You're the CEO and you get to make your plan. Okay. You go, what are you talking about, Brent? Well, I focus on Renew as my gateway product. Okay. I misspelled. It's okay. Focus, Renew is my gateway product. Then I take people through the system of growth of Renew because I know that I'm going to funnel all these people into Shop Lives on Wednesday to expose them to all of our other brands. Okay. So that's kind of my focus. That's my plan for my people. Okay. You get to choose yours. You're the CEO. of your business? Okay. Is it MOA? Is it Noni? Like, what is your focus? So, and I'm jumping right into it because we got 30 minutes. So I want you to think about this. Right now, don't put it if you don't mean it. Just don't put anything. But right now, if I were to ask you, if I were to sit down with you individually and go, hey, Marlene, me and Marlene's having a cup of coffee in Canada, and we're sitting across the table from each other. I'm like, what's your belief right now? Like, what's your belief in our company right now? See, I think there's somebody probably on this call right now that you're still in like this, or you might be kind of with your arms let loose a little bit, but you're still like, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for a gotcha. I'm looking for something. Okay. So I believe in order not to miss where we're going with this company, you got to get your belief there. Have you ever been, raise your hand if you've like, have ever had your belief diminished in this profession? I have. Listen, just so you know, like we had to sell our company. Like I'm talking about Limu. Like I came from Limu. That's where I got my start. We had to sell to a group of people. And then we sold to a group of people. And then we did this. So it's like, hey, Brent, could you talk about maybe your belief getting like somebody hit me? Yeah, I could write a book about it because I had to operate at a high level. Okay. But what I had to come to terms with. So I want to tell you a story. And just so you know where the chalk talk comes from, it comes from my heart of feeling the feel. How many of you think that I talk to people in the field every day? Right? So I'm not just coaching from, well, let's just see what I talk about. I feel you. And then my heart tells me, hey, talk about this today. So when all you can lean on is your past experience, and so many times how many of you saw us in Nashville, Tennessee last week? Oh, I wish you were there. We had a blast. I'm talking about, you can't get around these ladies and not there. Everywhere we go, they'd be like, you are a lucky guy. There's all these ladies, and then there was me. And then I'm like, listen, I probably should be on meds right now. Can you imagine the mothering that is going on right now with all these ladies? No, I'm kidding. It was absolutely amazing. We have some amazing tools coming to you. And I want to tell you, those ladies are warriors. They're warriors, just like a lot of you that are on this call. They're warriors. You know how I'm getting off track, and we'll try to stay focused. I got 30 minutes. But do you know how I really tell if you're a true network marketer? You know how I tell? I tell by if a person can keep, no matter what happens in network marketing, they can come back and build their belief up to a point where then they go and they become a brand partner and start sharing. Okay. Here's what I mean by that. When Limu sold, it was a gut punch for me. But I had to get my belief, and we had to get our belief to a point in the next company that we were energized to go do what? Be a brand partner all over again and start sharing. Start sharing. Hope, trust, and a plan. Okay. So to me, what makes a good network marketer is one that can take some punches in the industry, meaning business. Companies are going to sell, companies are going to go through transitions, but is your passion in the industry of such that you can figure out a way to build your belief again? Figure out a way to build your belief again. Figure out a way to build your belief again. And then you look up and you're like, holy smokes, that person's been in the industry for a decade, generated an income stream, a residual income stream. That person's been in the business for 2 decades, 3 decades. Those are the people I highly respect. Because let me tell you what people do that can't build their belief again. Nothing wrong with it, but they go find a job. They try to start their own company. They try to do this. They try to do that. Like you see them, like where they go, you know what? If you really look at them, they were a brand partner for a couple of years. And then when transition happened, they went and started their own company, or they went back into a traditional job, or they did this. How many of you know people like that? Yeah. One of the guys I admire the most in our industry is a guy named Jeff Roberti. Jeff Roberti is getting close to 70 years old. He's made well over $100 million of commissions in our industry. He's still a brand partner. And he's been through multiple sales and name changes. And he just continues like the freaking Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going and going and going, because he figures out a way to get his belief right with whatever comes his way. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Like I want to talk to you about, like, what are you doing right now in PartnerCo to build your belief? Okay. Now, because I believe belief is what gives you hope. I believe belief is what gives you hope. I believe, like, you're almost giddy and excited. You remember when you've had that feeling in network marketing where you were excited. Remember, Sandy, when you launched the Limu 500 BMW Club? You just were like, you just got to do it. Arlene, you remember when y'all started? You came from USANA and you started. How excited you were. But a network marketer that is really good at their profession will figure out a way to get excited again and again and again through transition. That's the real art. That's the real art. And so there's keys. There's keys that I have to go, Brent, because I'm just like everybody else. Like I get transition, change. I don't like it. But then I go, you know what? I got to have skill. I've got to know how to get my belief in check. So I'm going to give you some today, okay? Because I want everybody to go where we're going in PartnerCo. I want everybody to go where we're going. Because I believe where we're going, I really believe where we're going is somewhere special. Is it the course I set out on a decade ago? No, no, no. But that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's not the course. But you know what? It's a pretty dang exciting place when you dig into it. And so I want to tell you what I did, and you got to think about you, okay? But I focused belief, and I said, I got to get my belief around PartnerCo, okay? I got to get my belief right. I got to get my dome right. I got to get it focused, okay? And they don't need me to go be corporate. They're going to go build this with or without me. I got to get my belief attached with where they're going. So what I decided to do was I wanted 3 events. Nashville, Tennessee. There was 6 of us that went to Nashville. Not a big event. Okay. Then Destin, Florida. Now I'm talking about me. Okay. Bigger. Okay. And then the 3rd event for me is in Vegas. Biggest. Okay. You follow me? Small, bigger, biggest. Okay. Now Destin, Florida is in April. This is in September. Okay. So this is what I did. I mapped. This was this month. Just happened. So I mapped because here's what happens. If 6 of us come together, our belief when we leave is going to be higher. Would you agree or disagree? So here's what I challenge you to do is find a way to put something little together. Okay. You're the CEO of the business. Jim Rohn said, if you're waiting on someone to show up to motivate you, what if they don't? Think about that. Like I'm waiting on somebody to knock on my door and motivate me and tell me to go. And it's like, well, what if they don't? You just going to stay seated? So here's the thing. When I left Nashville, I couldn't tell you how excited I am. Okay? Because we just sit there, we brainstormed and we shot some videos and we loved on each other and where we were going. We had a blast. My energy level's high. Come out of the event, I'm prospecting more, talking to more people. So that was first thing. I created a roadmap that'll take me through September. Because I know when I show up to Destin, it's going to be a bigger group of people. Again, if you don't know about Destin, like Andrew will put it in the chats. But when I show up there, a bigger group of people, I'm going to get a bigger vision and I'm going to be more excited. And then when I show up in Vegas in September, the company event, it's the biggest event. And then I'm going to get a bigger picture. So I got a 3-event roadmap for Brent Palmer. What's yours? All centered around belief. I need my belief in 2023, and I've got all of 2023. Like I got it, right? This is a roadmap to September. That leaves me October, November, December. And we're done with 2023. Okay? Or I can sit there and wait for somebody to come motivate me. I wouldn't take that course. I would not. So, okay, that's the first thing. The second thing that will build yours, mine, our belief is now I'm coming behind that and I'm going weekly events. And I just want to put this disclaimer. I don't care how you do the events. Like you can do it in person, you can do it on Zooms, like you figure that out. You're the CEO, but weekly events. So here's what I'm doing around the events is I'm going, okay, right now I have a Monday night in Southern Tennessee. Just today, I booked a Thursday weekly event in Alabama. Okay. So Monday, Thursday, 2 weekly events going on for me. Obviously, I do others, Zooms, different things. Okay. You just start, what are you doing weekly? Because what does that do? When Anthony Moreland has to give a presentation, it builds his belief where? Bigger for the company. bigger for him. And if Sandy McFarland's stepping up in front of a group of people, her belief's going to go up because she's having to do something. She's having to prepare. She's having to game plan. Okay. Every great networker finds a way, unless they're just sitting on a buttload of residual income and they don't have to anymore. Okay. Now, for me, I love being a brand partner. I told this to Andrea Rosser and the group of ladies in Nashville. It's went from my head to my heart. The most enjoyment I have in network marketing is doing what I did last night in Southern Tennessee, sitting with prospects, talking about what we've got and where we're going. I love it. All the other stuff is just, it's okay, but it's not my love. My love is not being in front of a computer screen. It's being belly to belly, learning people. It's meeting Enos and Arlene in Florence, Alabama, and going and eating breakfast with them and seeing that Arlene really loves grits like I do, the same way I love it. No, I'm kidding. So I love that. I've been to Sandy McFarland's home, you know? So that's what I love about network marketing. Weekly events, what does yours look like? Because if you get something going, belief will occur. A bigger belief will occur. But guess what? You're the CEO. That's you. That's you. Another thing, I'm trying to be quick. Another thing is for belief, I got to get my belief right. Okay. Prospect. I don't care how you do it. Let me tell you what happened. I was in the gym while I've been out of town. I was in the gym and a guy was working out and we just passed, right? How many of you agree it's kind of hard to sell somebody when you don't know them, you've never talked to them? Hey, let me sit you down for 10 minutes. And so most people don't say anything. So we're in the gym and we're working out. The guy's in shape and he actually speaks to me first and we exchange names. And he said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "This is really a nice gym." And I said, it really is. I said, "I travel a good bit and I work with a nutritional company out of Utah and I travel quite a bit and so I stay here a lot because it's a really nice gym." And then we just move on throughout the gym. And guess what? He comes back to, and he says, "So what kind of nutrition do you do?" And guess what I started with? Come on now, guess. Guess what? Renew, HGH, just so you know, if you want a buzzword out there that everybody kind of, especially people that are in the gym, HGH will hit the point. I said, we got a lot of products, but we just created one. It's unbelievable. It's an HGH product. Tremendous results. I mean, I love taking it. And then I moved on. I'm working out, and then he comes back over and asks for a little more. And at that point, I'm not selling him. He's coming to me. Long story short, 2 trials later for him and his wife, they're from Idaho. We'll see where it goes, right? But I share that with you because my belief from Nashville was at a place where now I'm ready to start figuring out a way to prospect people daily. Right? So let me ask you a question. Who are you going to prospect today? Is it somebody on social media? Is it somebody in your community? But if I start to talk, it will build my belief. It will build my belief. Okay. I just got to start talking. Somebody says, "Where?" I don't know. Throw a rock up. Like find somebody to talk to. Okay. You got social media, you got in person. You got to figure it out. You're the CEO. I've already talked to you. If you want to create belief, decide where to focus. You can't focus on it all. It won't work. Okay? It will not work. You will get confused and confuse everybody else. Decide where to focus. For me, it's simply what I told you before. It's renew. I come off of that with the system of growth. And then I'm going to funnel those people into Shop Lives on Wednesday for the rest of the brands. Is that simple enough? Does that make sense? Like that's where I'm going. You go, how the system of growth, trial box brand partner. Trial box brand partner. Just so you know, a lot of people go from trial to brand partner. They skip the box. It's been my experience. So, but deciding where to focus, now I've got my assets for what I need. I've got my PowerPoint. I've got my slide deck. Like I got my flyers. I know exactly what to push out. By the way, we got some smoking hot system of growth videos coming. It's literally video 1, video 2. You got the entire package to build with the Renew system of growth coming to you soon. So that's that. The last one, you got to decide where you're focused. You're the CEO, okay? You get to decide that. But the last one is for belief. Get your swagger. How many of us saw us in Nashville? I didn't do this because I want to run a merchandise store, okay? But let me tell you, if you want to get belief in where you're going, have some swagger about it. We were walking through Nashville, Tennessee, and they were going, "What's Partner Co?" Like we were on Broadway, and they're like, "What's that? What's that? What's that brand?" They've never seen it. How many of you agree Andrea Rosser's wearing a hat? That's a good looking brand. My son's 20, about to be 21. As soon as he saw the hat, he calls me. He's like, "Dad, I want one of those hats." So if you ever want to know if you got something cool, if your 20-year-old son or daughter starts asking you about it, you know you got something on that's pretty cool. Because most things I wear, they're like, they wouldn't wear it for nothing in the world. Okay. Right. We have different tastes, but this brand looks good. And so if you start wearing it, you got an opportunity to feel it, the swag, the swagger. And so when we come back from Nashville, we had a lot of people start messaging me. "Where'd you get the hat? Where'd you get the shirt? Where'd you get the hat?" So I'm going to end this today, and I actually had Andrea Rosser do this up. Don't have to. You can go get your own made. But I reached out. The guy that created this is the one that created everything when I was a coach. Does a lot of college apparel stuff. So I have the ability to get white shirts. I have the ability to get black shirts that Andrea Rosser's got on. They're fitted for ladies. Okay. I can get black shirts for men. They're fitted. They're not fitted like they are for ladies. And I can get black hats that Andrea's got on. So I asked her to wear hers so you could see it. So if you would like, again, you're the CEO, you get to decide. If you would like this, Andrea is going to put it up in the chats of what it cost, and we'll get them to ship it over to. Okay. All right. I got to position the order. So we're doing this as a service to this group for you guys. If you want some of that merchandise, I know several of you have been sending me messages about it, and Andrea and others. So Tammy Motley today was like, "People are wanting to know." I said, "Okay, we'll We're trying to make this happen, but it's up there. You can just make sure that you fill out the specifications in either PayPal or Venmo that you want for yourself, because we don't want to get your size wrong. The hats are one size fits all, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, does that make sense? But let me tell you something, Andrea, maybe unmute just a second if you got anything you want to add. But honestly, wearing it, having some brand, having some, did that affect your belief? I mean, I know for me, it did. It's like I got something nobody knows about. Nobody knows that logo there around the world. So, I mean, how did it make you feel, Andrew?
Well, it was a lot of fun. I'll tell you, part of the fun was that we all kind of put it on so you feel a part of something. You know, there was a lot of pride. It was fun taking the pictures and doing all of that. But just knowing that, you know, I think back to our Limu days. We were so proud to wear our certain shirt. And like, I've got the RX necklace that like never comes off. And like all of these different things that it became a part of us. And it feels a little bit, well, it feels really great to have something again, because for a minute we were a little bit, you know, driftless. We didn't have anything that we could hang on to. I didn't have anything in my closet that I could put on and feel like I was part of this group. And so I love that now we have it. So thank you so much. I wear it with pride. I've worn both of the shirts out and about, and the hat as well. And I just love it because it just makes you feel a part of it, which is great for our name. So do you want me to give some, like, run through the details to order? Or?
Yeah, and let me just say this. We're going to have this company. They'll be in Destin, Florida with a lot of different swag. But the biggest thing is you do feel a part. I mean, Nucerity had it. RX had it. Tahitian Noni, Limu. Like, we can go around the room, Zanoa. And so to think, okay, now 2023, February the 11th, we launched a completely new name that we all encompass the start of that journey, the start of that brand. We'll always be able to look back to February the 11th and go, I remember when. Mm-hmm. Here's my job right now. And I get really passionate, but my job is to inflict on you that this is going to be a big deal. You're going to say, I was on the calls. I was at the events. I heard the owners speak. I heard the leaders speak. And I either went all in or I played it cautiously and didn't. My job is to try to inflict, don't wait. Don't be cautious about it. Go run, like go forward. Be the entrepreneur that you are. Be the networker that says, I'm going to get my belief where it needs to be. So I'm not the person going, I remember when. I'm the person that says, man, I was there when it happened and I literally ran and got the prize. Because we're going to hear those stories. We just want them to be yours. So Andrea, give us any details as we close.
Okay, perfect. And I know you've got to run. So if you need to pip out, that's okay.
I'm going to pip out.
The way that we're going to,
I've got a meeting across town. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for always tuning in. We hope to see you in Destin, Florida. Please go back and look at what we talked about today and make it yours. What is your roadmap to getting all you want out of this? And know this, I'm here every step of the way with you. If you put any of this together and me or Andrea can assist you in the events and being there and helping other people get there, or maybe if we can't be there, we'll help out any way we can. Just set up your roadmap. And today is a great example of that. So thanks, Andrea. I'll jump off. Have a great day, guys. Love you.
So guys, I'm going to run through the details really quickly on how to order. So if you want a shirt or a hat or both, We can ship both to the US and Canada. I don't know anything about South Africa. So if you want it, message me and we'll figure that out. But what I'm going to ask everybody to do is send your payment and your details directly to either Venmo or PayPal. That's the only way we can accept payment right now. If you don't want to do that, you can wait until Destin and we can, the storefront will figure out that. We won't know at that point. But what you're going to do is when you set the payment up, in the comments, you'll give us your detail. So your full name, your shipping address, the t-shirt, you know, how many you want, what size, if you want black or white. And just remember with the ladies, the black is going to be fitted. The gentleman will be a regular t-shirt either way. Hat is one size. It's the, you know, the adjustable in the back, and add $10 for shipping within the US and $20 for shipping to Canada. So both Venmo and PayPal are in the chat. And thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it. I like the hat. I think they're super cute. So I'm going to unmute. If you guys have any questions, just let me know and I can just answer them hopefully right